They were hoping that we could basically do like kind of installments for the down payment.
You paid about $48,000 for it?
Yes.
And you want $60,000?
Plus interest for the loan.
Today, we're not even starting with a bad decision. We're starting with a question. A question I never thought I'd hear in my life. Can I make payments on the down payment? Not on the car, the down payment.
Hey Dan, you got a minute? I want to run something by you.
Sure, come on in.
All right.
What's going on?
All right, so I got someone on the Kia Sportage.
Okay.
They're interested in it. We need $3,000 to get them approved. They only have $1,000. They were hoping that we could basically do like kind of installments for the down payment.
So they're already approved? Nick got them approved?
Yeah, they needed $3,000 to get approved.
Okay. And they only have $1,000?
Yeah.
Trying to turn the down payment into payments kind of defeats the whole point. She's basically saying I can't get the down payment together, but I'll be fine once the car payments start. And if you're already short before you even have the keys, what do you think the monthly payments are going to feel like? It doesn't get easier after you sign.
So, I mean, obviously, you know, layaway is not something we ever do. We can take a deposit to hold the vehicle, but there has to be a defined timeline. Usually we hold it, you know, for a weekend, 3, 4, 5 days sometimes. But there has to be a defined kind of period of when that ends. Do we know how long she wants to hold it for?
Longer than that.
Longer than that?
It's going to be like 2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3 or 4 or 6 or 8. Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to do that, man. I'm basically taking a deposit on a vehicle, holding it, turning down any potential future sales, and then on top of that, the bank approval is only good for 30 days.
If you don't have the down payment saved, you probably don't have much to fall back on. So what happens when the tires need replacing? Or insurance goes up or something breaks? Now it all goes on credit, if that's even an option. Because there's a good chance her bad credit is what got her here in the first place.
So 30 days from now, if she's still not paid up, I have to resubmit it. What happens if I can't get an approval at that point? What if her credit drops? But if we can get a reasonable defined amount of time of how long she needs to wait, we can take the down payments in installment, and at the end, you know, we'll deliver the vehicle. So find out kind of if there's a specific timeline for her, and we can kind of do what we can.
So she doesn't really have a timeline set. I think it's going to take longer than 30 days.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, I mean, unfortunately, we do have to tell her it's just, we can't get it done. I can't hold the car with no definitive timeline of how long I'm holding it for. We're only shooting ourselves in the foot by doing so.
If you're moving the numbers around just to make the deal happen, it's probably not going to turn out well. When something makes sense, it's simple. You don't have to adjust it. You don't have to try to make the numbers fit. If it only works after you start forcing it, it's probably going to feel forced the whole time you own it. I've been there, and it's not a fun spot to be in.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate your credit like? 10 being good, 1 being the worst.
I'm being 100% honest. I think it's like at the worst. I do want to be honest. Like, I have gone to other dealerships, okay? I've even tried little car lots. They have been asking for like an arm and a leg. I've been trying to look for a vehicle. I'm trying to find something within my, figuring out how much the monthly would be and like what's the minimum I could come up with down, only because I do have bad credit.
Yeah, for sure. We do traditional bank financing here. We do help customers that do have challenge credit as well as rebuilding their credit. Typically, the normal down payment would be anywhere from $1,000-$1,500, just kind of depending on what vehicle you're looking on.
I did see that you guys had one. It was a 2020 Nissan Pathfinder. If we could stay under 400, that would be great.
Credit doesn't just randomly become the worst. That's missed payments, that's maxed out cards. That's stuff that didn't get handled. When someone says their credit is terrible, what they're really saying is they've had trouble managing debt. And adding more debt isn't how you fix that.
Kind of really need a card because I have a little baby, so...
What I can actually do is I can plug you to the system and I can send you a credit app for you to fill out. After that, once we figure out a way to go, we can get you into the store, have you test drive it, make sure, it has enough space for you and your kids so that everybody will be comfortable. If I'm not able to get you into that Pathfinder, would you be open to another vehicle or you have to have a 3-row SUV?
As long as it's good on gas, it's reliable, and it's something that I won't have to put things into it, like right away, that's perfectly fine. And obviously, the monthly payment is there, like what we're trying to kind of aim for.
I do have a sedan, good on gas, slow miles, and your payments would be fairly cheap. It's a 21, it's a Hyundai Accent, it has about 52,000 miles, almost the same price as the Pathfinder. Oh, God, got disconnected.
Well, I wasn't expecting it to end like that, but honestly, it might be a good thing. Because she's already said her credit is bad. And when your credit's bad, the rate's higher. When your rate's higher, the payment's higher. And she's already trying to squeeze this into a budget that's tight. So now you've got a bigger payment inside a tight budget with no room for anything to go wrong.
What number buys it today?
60,000.
Is it a Type R? You said it's a hybrid sport.
Yeah.
Everything okay with you?
Yeah.
Have you been smoking something?
No.
You're not smoking nothing and you want $60,000 for a Honda Civic?
How much you can offer?
Your car's worth $32,000.
It works for around 42,000 plus tax, so it's around 48.
You paid about $48,000 for it?
Yes.
And you want $60,000.
Plus interest for the loan.
It's an open loan. You don't pay the interest off.
I know. So
But again, if you want to sell it, you want
if you
somebody
take
to pay
over-
you for the interest?
Yeah, no.
He's trying to sell the car, and he's trying to add the interest he would pay over the rest of the loan into the price. Like the next buyer has to cover it. But that's not how loans work. If you sell the car early, you don't pay all the future interest. You only pay what you owe right now. The interest that hasn't happened yet doesn't happen. And this is something he should have known before he financed a car.
I just want to close the loan.
If you bought it for $42,000, who in their right mind would pay you $60,000?
I was not knowing that it's an open loan. So if you are saying it's an open loan, I'm selling the vehicle for the first time.
I understand, but you didn't know that.
I was asking it with the interest.
But why would I pay you for your interest?
Okay, it doesn't matter.
It definitely doesn't matter.
If you can take over with the loan and close.
I'm definitely not touching your loan, man. That loan is all yours.
People are signing up for tens of thousands of dollars of debt, years of payments, and they don't fully understand what they agreed to. They know the monthly number, they might know the term, but the structure, the interest, what happens if they sell it early, that's the part people don't pay attention to until it's too late.
I'm going to show you guys this approval that we got on a 500 score with a recent repo who bought a car yesterday. And before I put it on this screen, please keep in mind that dealerships do not give you an approval. The bank does. So at whatever rate somebody gets approved at, that's between them and the bank. Here we are. This is an approval on a 2022 Sonata SE. So you guys can see this $29.59 right here. This is what was required to put down in order for her to leave with the car. And before you guys start with the whole down payments aren't required thing, if a bank approves you up to $14,000, but out the door you're $16,000, who in the world is going to come up with that $2,000? The customer is.
There's this idea that down payment shouldn't even be a thing. Like it's unreasonable to put money down. But the down payment isn't there to punish you. It's there to protect you and the lender. It lowers what you owe, reduces the payment, and cuts the risk. If you don't want to put money down, that's fine. But just understand what you're choosing. You're choosing a bigger loan.
But anyways, $29.59 out of pocket, financing for 66 months. Her rate that she got approved at was 28.99%, pretty much 29%. Her monthly payment over these 66 months is at $493. So this is what reality is if your credit's not the best. These deep subprime deals usually get approved at a very, very high interest rate. And at least this is on the 2022 model. A lot of the time they get approved on 2017s, 2018s. If you guys want to see more real-life approvals and scenarios, make sure you hit the follow because I got so many more of these coming.
That works out to just over $35,000 for a $19,000 car. They're almost paying for it twice. And this is happening because she has a 500 credit score and a recent repo. That's high risk to any lender. So they price that risk in. That's where the 28.99% comes from. If you plan on using your credit in the future, take care of your score. Because an interest rate like that, it's just not worth borrowing.
So here we got my brand new Escalade V Magnus Frost, one of 255 produced in the country. It's my assistant starting it up here. Check that out. Nothing like a little bit of a knock in the engine here with a whole 18 miles, a nice check engine light that's normally flashing, and never touching more than 50 or 55 on side streets on the way home from the dealer. Someone explain it.
It's brand new, only 18 miles. These cars are getting more expensive every year, but most of them aren't getting any better. People are paying luxury level prices, and sometimes you're getting less than average reliability. It's just not something worth going into long-term debt for.
So about a year ago, my parents convinced me that they wanted to buy me a car. It was supposed to be just a gift, but I've since gotten married, and they've now come back and said, well, you should take over this payment. We want to give this to you.
That's messed up a little bit. That's not a gift.
So I'm kind of scrambling. I'm a full-time student.
Is the debt in your parents' name or your name?
As of right now, it's in their name, but they're wanting to transfer over. My wife is actually international, and so she's not able to work yet until all the green card stuff goes through.
What do you make?
So I work part-time. So it's about $1,700 a month.
It's not really a gift if you have to pay for it. When you're only making $1,700 a month, there isn't much room for a car payment. At that income, there won't be much extra, if any. Rent, food, phone, gas. That's most of the paycheck right there.
We just moved into a new apartment. I was paying student housing for about $500 a month, but now it's a little over 1,000 a month.
And you make $1,700.
Can I ask you a question? There's something going on with you and your parents? Like, is this a spite thing? Like, they didn't want you to get married and now you got to pay the car note? Like, is there something going on?
No, I think it's just what like married people do. And it's like, if I'm old enough to be married, I'm old enough to have a car payment.
Do they know that you're broke?
I've explained and we kind of had this conversation, but
like if you take over this car, it's going to get repoed.
Yeah.
Because what's the payment?
My question was, there's about $20,000 left on it. Payment's about $470 a month.
And what's it worth?
I think I'm underwater. I think it's only worth about $16,700.
He really only has two options: make more money or give the car back. Because rent plus a car payment leaves him $230. That's it. You can't live off that. That's just not a workable number.
Yikes.
Dude, you make $20,000 a year. This is a problem. You can't afford this car.
Right.
And it sounds like it's now their problem because that debt is in their name. And so if I were you, I'd say, Mom, Dad, I appreciate you buying me this gift, but it's no longer a gift, and you're going to sell it, and you can do what you want.
Yeah, just give it back to them. It's their car. They decided on the payment, and that payment is what got it upside down.
And you'll need to save up and buy yourself a car, a little beater car, maybe $5-6 for now until you can upgrade that car. But this is not cool, man. And there's a lot of parties to blame here, but your parents calling this a gift and then turning it into a loan is not how this should have gone down.
If you can't afford it, he gives it back. That's it. You don't ruin your own finances trying to keep something you didn't even buy. A car is not worth setting yourself back years. Not on $1,700 a month. It's much easier to hand back the keys now than to spend the next few years trying to recover from it. If you want to see more, you know what to do. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.